Well, this is what they say when the foliage is peaking. It's like, it's peaked today. Definitely. And it's a good day to go for a little run. And it's like, I want to do my thing, but I need to make money. And the stress of having to make money is what's led to the untimely death, I believe, of my family, along with the stress from the long arm of the law. And having to work instead of making your art really sucks. But I'm going to try my best to see if I can at least spend a little bit more time with my friends, because it seems as if that's the only one and only time I ever get to see them is within this traveling circus parade of sorts, which my mother and father, my dad, my mom, dad kind of put me off to. They told me it's like a cop-out. And hey, if you can do it, yeah, power to you, but I have a mortgage to pay, and only other way that I know how to pay that is to work like this. And it's bizarre when you encounter a lot of people who don't know what it's like to struggle financially, don't know what it's like to not have enough money, or they don't know what it's ever been like to really have to worry for extended periods of time how you're going to pay for stuff. And there's a big difference between the crowd that was hanging out at the Grateful Dead shows versus nowadays at the Fish scene and the jam band scene, where it's very self-centered, self-centric, self-absorbed, and less communal community kind of family. Very different vibe, completely, and totally different spirit than the 60s, quote unquote, and that experiment counterculture. And when you think about the word counterculture, what does that mean? It means that who said that you gotta have a ticket? And I remember, like, when the shows, like, there'd be no more tickets and people would just like bum rush the place to get inside. Phil's like, make sure you have your ticket before you go to the show. Like, it's like all official, And people were like, yeah, but I don't need a ticket. If you get miracled in, what the hell's the point? Why wait online? Why even spend $20? There's somebody so kind of gonna get you in one way or the other. Even if it's not tonight, it's tomorrow night. And that's how it always was with that. And they had a vibe, like they felt like if you needed to be in the show that night, someone would just hand me a ticket or just get me in there. Like, oh, no, you need to be in there, Ollie, tonight? Okay. So they always would find a way to get me into the show. I would either get myself in there, or I would figure out a way to scrounge out money to even, buy a ticket. But there were times where I did shell out and buy a ticket if I had the money to do so. But it was always like, dang, why did I do that? Because I turn around and like 2 minutes later somebody would tell you want a ticket, Ollie? But, I just don't regret ever having spent the few times I can really count that I spent like $100 was for Phil shows at the Capitol Theater of all places. Which is like a really good venue and I feel very blessed and very grateful that I've been able to see some of the best from the Stones. I mean, James Brown. I've been very blessed to see some really beautiful live performances in my life. I had countless live musicians, but there's something fundamental to the Grateful Dead, and it's a higher intelligence, like jazz music, that transcends into something all itself that has never existed before, and so sadly it will never exist again. And that's something that we need to be a little bit more aware of, how precious and fragile and temporary life is, and what we're doing to our planet now. It's not excusable, nor is what we've done to each other. And message I take away from the music has always been one of peace, love, and harmony, view that I feel it's our responsibility to convey and shed light upon others in a way. I just feel like you have been enlightened in order to remain so. The joy of giving that to someone else is what's most fulfilling in life. And that's the secret of music for me. And I was once told by someone who I'll keep secret for now. He told me, Ollie, you're not far from Africa now. It's really, you're not far away. I was in France at the time. And he said, you know, Ollie, music is the